Today we are celebrating Black History Month. We're sharing the stories of people of color who are right here in Siouxland, but also across the country.
And today's theme is "And Still We Rise," inspired by Maya Angelou's book of poems. Her work focuses one of hopeful determination and what's needed to rise above difficulty and discouragement.
So in the midst of a pandemic, rising above is exactly what many artists do every day. And that's why we begin with the story of this incredible, young, talented vocalist.
From the time she was a toddler, Allison Nash knew she was born to sing, and sing she does. KCAU-9's Hannah Adamson shares the journey of a rising Siouxland star.
Oh, holy night.
You may remember the talented solo artist featured in last year's Christmas with the Symphony.
There's something about being on stage that's just, it's what I do. It's a part of who I am.
But unlike many artists that grace the Orpheum Theater stage, Allison Nash is no stranger to Sioux City.
I pretty much always plan to come back to do Holiday Jam with the Higgs.
Nash was born in Omaha. Her family moved to Siouxland when she was just 2 years old.
They lived in South Sioux City for a little bit and then crossed over the bridge.
Nash says she found her voice not long after she learned to speak.
My parents say I was like 2.
Growing up, Nash took to the stage at Mount Zion Church.
I had my first solo when I was 9. That's when people around me were like, you actually can sing.
She attended East High School.
My choir teacher was my favorite.
And as a sophomore, she attended her first choir concert at Epley Auditorium. That's when she says everything changed.
I was just mesmerized. When I first heard that, I was at that concert, I was like, that's what I want.
Nash was accepted to the Berklee College of Music in Boston, but that dream was put on hold.
I auditioned 2010 and I got accepted. I re-auditioned 2011. They doubled the scholarship. Then I re-auditioned the next year and they almost tripled the scholarship, but it still just wasn't enough. It's so much money.
But that didn't stop Nash from pursuing her dream of becoming a singer, getting her start in Sioux Falls.
I was so nervous all the time, but then it'd be good as soon as I would start singing.
Nash quickly made a name for herself in the jazz and blues community.
Lots of my gigs were there, and I met other musicians, and I was able to perform with them.
Taking her talents from Sioux Falls to Omaha to Nashville.
I lived out of a suitcase for so long. I had my car and my suitcase. That was it.
And while life in Nashville was not always glamorous,
I did Lyft really to help me get by. The entire time I lived in Nashville, my bed was a blow-up mattress.
her hard work would soon pay off.
I had auditioned for lead female vocalist for the B.B. King's Blues Club house band, and they have a partnership with Holland America Cruise Line, so I got that gig.
Touring through the Mediterranean and Norway.
6 nights a week, 4 hours. Comes with its challenges, but it's good. It's a good experience.
While she says she was living the dream, Nash never forgot her roots. In between tours, she moved to Omaha to work at her sister's church, and after her second tour, she moved to Florida.
I'm with some of my family here, which is really nice.
Nash performed consistently in 2019, but due to the pandemic, Christmas with the Symphony was one of only 2 performances she gave in 2020.
Audience or not, it felt good to play on stage with other musicians.
Still, she's determined despite the road ahead.
Things eventually will get to a place where we're able to do what we love and share that with people. I don't think we'd mentally and spiritually survive without music.
In Sioux City, Hannah Adamson, KCAU-9 News.
She's amazing.
Someone to keep our eyes on, I think, that's for sure.